college experience that I wasn't enjoying. That was very hard. That was very full of depression, anxiety, and all kinds of uncertainties. Again, going back to what you mentioned about like this of having to adapt and develop, and what systems were in place for that development to be seamless. And there is no perfect system. So, in retrospect, there were plenty of opportunities to engage on campus, and I just wasn't aware of them. I didn't take the liberties to. I was a commuter. You know, I was 18, and we could talk later if you want to know about all the personal issues and drama I had. Right? But there was a lot of complexities that my music became a form of coping. And so then later in life, I graduated. I went to I graduated. I went and I started working in higher ed. And at a certain point, I moved to Baltimore, and I was a part of an artist community called City Arts, which was an artist residence place where I lived. And essentially, every single person in this apartment building was an artist. And so there was another level of confidence and freedom and expression that I found living amongst other artists who understood the nuances and challenges of being an artist. And it was in that space that I recorded my first album, and so much creatively I was able to do and accomplish. And immediately after I moved, which was on a whim of just zeal that, you know, creatives sometimes have, or anyone has in a moment where you just feel like, I'm going to quit my job today. I don't need this job. I am creative. I am so wonderful. Like, I can do so many wonderful things. Like, why do I need a job? And it wasn't a thoughtful process at all. And so that journey created a whole new path of challenges and issues and things that I had to continue to try to cope through. Fast forward to now, and so after that I went back into higher ed after a year of not getting it right. And so that's brought me to now where I've made the decision to no longer be torn between the two of, do I choose my art, do I choose my music, and do I choose education? And I've essentially just, God has just inspired me in so many ways to be able to use art and use music as a form of doing professional development, trainings on leadership, which was the point of some of the points that I was trying to bring out, of being able to teach college courses, which is the goal, and being able to essentially do more speaking in general, but doing it in a way that includes and encompasses other creatives, other artists, and letting their art tell a story and speak in ways that I think can be very powerful in terms of conveying information, conveying education, especially in college classrooms where my personal experience is just, sometimes the theory gets lost, right? Sometimes these high-level conversations get lost, and so art is the bridge for me.